Well, it's time to take a look at stories making the headlines in Nigerian newspapers. And joining me via Skype is CEO CKN News, Chris Kende Nwandu. Good morning, Chris. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Good morning.
All right. Let's head straight to the papers now, and I begin with the blueprint. Kanu, Abuja, Lagos, others, federal government hints at return to full lockdown, says UAE, UK, USA returnees worst culprits. Lagosians say no, we've had enough. East lockdown could lead to disaster, WHO. COVID-19 opportunity to reset Nigeria, Oshibaju. And on the front page of the Daily Times, reps tackle governors over infectious disease bills, say they don't legislate for states, accuse Sokoto governor of misguiding NGF. That's the Northern Governors Forum. And we move to the national economy. Federal government deregulates downstream petroleum sector, vows to protect consumers from exploitation. PMB pledges to address issues bringing sorrow to Nigerians. And we're moving out to the front page of the News Direct. TCN labor crisis. President General sack triggers electricity outage. TUC declares war, seeks Buhari's intervention. And to the leadership newspaper now. Post-COVID-19, health, Greek roads top PMB's recovery agenda. That's President Muhammadu Buhari's recovery agenda. It's opportunity for Nigeria to reset critical sectors. Oshibaju. And finally, on the front page of the Daily Trust, COVID-19 use of face masks are now mandatory. Federal government. Buhari attends 2 meetings without face mask. Not using face mask puts others at risk, as experts. All right, Chris, let's quickly look at the story on the front page of the blueprint, talking about the federal government hinting a return to full lockdown. You would recall that the Presidential Task Force has, complained about certain issues in recent days, talking about the ban on interstate movement, which yet we still see people moving out of Lagos and across states. And we also see the PTF complaining about people not being nonchalant about the use of face masks and every other measure being put in place. Do you think that a return to a lockdown is what we need at this point?
I will support that. But let us also look at it from what we're having now. Is we're having an issue between survival and health. People have been complaining seriously about inability to be able to feed themselves, and that for them is a challenge. But even at that, some states already have unlocked. I know that it's like Borno State a few days ago asked to go back to doing their stuff, as well as going to church and mosque. And some other states are already doing that already. So we are talking to total lockdown. Don't forget, there's only 3 states that had total lockdown: Lagos, Ogun, and the FCT to the largest. I wouldn't know how that will work. I would just think that we should just keep it the way it is presently and make sure that we increase our enforcement. If we can increase our enforcement, then that would be better. But say that we're going to have a total lockdown. Even when we had total lockdown, people are still moving around. So I don't know how that is going to work.
So because we are looking at, the WHO is saying that east lockdown could lead to disaster. Perhaps this might be the time we need to change our approach to tackling this pandemic and flattening the curve. What would you expect the government to do in changing its approach to doing this?
First and foremost, government has to up its game in the area of palliatives, very, very key. If you look at the World Bank Index on poverty, the rate of poverty in Nigeria is very, very high. So many people cannot feed themselves. Some people cannot even survive if they don't go out in a day to be able to feed themselves. And the government have been talking of spending billions and billions of naira on palliatives, which is not getting to any people. So that in itself, there is no way you can keep people at home if they can't find anything to eat. So definitely they'll find a way of going out and to survive. That is one. Two, we also increase our capacity for testing. Presently, we are not testing enough, irrespective of whatever anybody says. I know NCDC and the Federal Ministry of Health have been saying that they've been doing much in the area of testing, but I don't think we are testing enough. That is true. Then the state also should also look at areas, not just federal government. State should also look at areas of increasing the capacity for palliatives for people. You can't just ask people not to come out. You are going to put a dusk-to-dawn curfew. Meanwhile, the people we are trying to protect are not even. So, as I said earlier on, it's survival against health. So I believe that this is time for our government to be able to look at other creative way of making sure that Nigerians, especially the most vulnerable, are able to get something to eat. Then our enforcement agencies, I continue to say that, our enforcement agencies, especially police, have been lackadaisical in their approach to enforcing this lockdown. You still see them allowing people interstate. If you get to Lagos, go to Ojodu area and the rest of it, you see the number of, yesterday alone, if you see the number of trucks and vehicles that ply that road coming into Lagos from the Badouazes, to be shocked. So interstate movement is still going on. Don't forget also that the governors of the north are also moving the Amajaris from one point to another. So that in itself is a total challenge. I believe that government should find a more creative way. It will be a carrot and stick approach we'll be looking at this point in time.
Another major concern for the presidential task force is the recycling of face masks, and it's saying that this could also pose a challenge even after now. I wonder how much of a concern this is for you. Is this something that could have been a situation that could have been avoided in the first place, or is this born out of ignorance, or are we not having done enough when it comes to enlightenment?
It's a mixture of everything you've been enlightening. Vero. First and foremost, enlightenment. Yes, Nigerians are aware about the use of masks, but the issue is that it still boils down to non-compliance on the part of people. Don't forget that we've gone as far as now, there are so many cheap masks around. As little as 15 naira in Lagos, you can get a face mask. But the problem, my challenge I have with that is a situation where people you go to areas where or people hauling it, that somebody is putting it on and dropping it and trying to pick another one. But that in itself defeats the purpose. And I also believe that we can also have mass production of face masks. For instance, I'll give you a good example. The organization which I represent, the Guild of Professional Bloggers of Nigeria, we just produced some face masks that we want to donate to the Lagos State government. I believe that corporate organizations also should be able to do that and try to provide this in large quantum, so across, so that even those that cannot afford will be able to do that. Then back to enforcement. If you see anybody not putting on face mask, then there's the need for us to be able to do something about it. Either we ask them to go back, that's come back to enforcement. But my challenge here is that how many enforcement agencies do we have? How many policemen do we have? How many members of the security, the defense do we have? Then also, federal road safety, in terms of seeing people in vehicles, how many can they arrest? Do we have places where they can keep people that arrest? So my personal opinion is that I think we should start setting up a mobile court to start trying people that violate some of these.
All right, quickly before we let you go, it's obvious that people, that's Nigerians, have to complement efforts of the government to ensure that we flatten the curve. So what would you expect Nigerians to do at this point?
Basically, adhere to the basic rules, protocols that were established by NCDC and the federal government. Let us do the basic that we can, making sure that we sanitize our hands, wash our hands, use face masks, those are, and distance. But the most challenging one is that distancing. There is no way Nigeria, if you go to ATM yesterday, even the NCDC we were talking about it, if you go to banks and see the way people behave, you go to supermarket and see the way people behave, even buses, the so-called buses that we say they should carry minimum passengers, you don't see buses in Lagos and adhering to that. That becomes a challenge. So we as a citizen, as far as government is doing their own, let us also our part, do our own part, because this is real. In the US, the death rate is over 80,000 and it's also growing in other advanced countries. If we have a serious hit in Nigeria, it will be difficult for us to be able to handle it.
All right, Chris Kende Nwandu, thank you so much for speaking with us.